According to the Control System Integrators Association, or CSIA, automation is driving increased factory productivity as manufacturers have improved their existing facilities by rebuilding and replacing older control systems.
P.C. Romano, board chairman of CSIA and CEO of Avid Solutions, is here to talk about the automation trends you should be aware of.
Well, there's been a lot of change in automation over the years, but there's been one trend in particular that's been building, and then recently, as systems have become more open, it's really exploded. The openness of systems have to do with standards like field buses, as well as the Windows operating system. So now you have systems that are talking to systems, or you have components from one manufacturer talking to another manufacturer's. One thing that's done is it's made it very difficult for an engineer in a plant to execute automation projects. Used to be the automation engineer in a plant, he may do the PLC programming as well as the operator interface and install the project. Today the systems are becoming so much more complex and sophisticated and touching other systems that's becoming less reasonable, less possible for the plant engineer. As a result of all that, there are more projects being done by third-party companies. So that trend has been increasing and continues to increase over time. Well, that has a big impact on how projects are done. But let's talk about the types of companies that can execute these projects from outside the plant. The first, of course, are the automation suppliers. You have the Rockwells, the Honeywells, the Siemens, the Emersons of the world. They develop products, they market those products, and they also do the system installation. There's a couple advantages and disadvantages to using the automation suppliers to execute your projects. Of course, they know their products very well, but since these systems, again, are so open and interconnected and using multiple components from multiple vendors, they are not always experts on the other person's products. Also, they have a built-in bias to use their own products, of course. The other thing is they are companies that are primarily based around developing and marketing products and not based just around project execution. So that's your automation suppliers. Then you have your automation distributors, who are experts at distributing as well as supporting products, but not as much on projects. The third category you have is system integration companies that are focused on the project execution. These are typically independent and vendor neutral, and they're unbiased with respect to technologies or products, and that's a plus for the plant engineer and management team. The other thing is they're built around executing these projects, and so all of their internal systems, project management systems, project execution systems, even into HR and finance, they're all about delivering the right automation projects. So they're really experts in that area. And as a plant engineer or manager, where do you go to find these independent system integrators? Well, the Control System Integrators Association is a great place to start. They have a list of independent system integrators, and they also have a certification program. So you can tag the ones that are certified and know that you're going to be getting the best quality and lowest risk from those folks. Another thing, once you've already selected your system integrator, the next question is how do you work with a system integrator? And that's key. Increasingly, the plant engineering teams, they become experts on their products and their processes and not technology. And then you have the system integration firms that are experts in the technology and control theory, but may or may not understand your processes. So when you select that system integrator, making sure it's one that has knowledge in your industry and knowledge of your processes is important. But beyond that, there are going to be some unique aspects of your process and your product that the system integrator is going to need to learn. And for that reason, it's critical to build a long-term relationship with a system integrator. Because what you'll find is he may execute well in the first project, but it's really going to be on the second and third project where you're going to see increasing value every time. As that system integrator gets to know your processes, your products, your internal systems, the way work is done within your company, and your expectations, you'll be able to add more and more and more value. So developing that long-term relationship is really in your best interest. All of this takes a lot of time, investigating, system integration companies, going through a selection process, investing in a long-term relationship with your system integrator partner. But in the end, it's a worthwhile investment. I'm convinced of it, and I really think it's the key to your success with automation.
Thanks, PC.